Penguins. No ordinary bird. A type of bird cannot fly and has strong flippers instead of wings. A type of bird spends its whole life swimming or walking. Yes, no ordinary bird, that's for sure. It's a penguin. Penguins are amusing to watch. Their dark backs and white bellies make them look as if they are dressed up for a fancy party. On land, most are clumsy and walk with a strange waddle, but in water they are swift and graceful. The movie March of the Penguins sparked great interest in emperor penguins. There are also 16 other types of penguins. Read on to learn more about these amazing birds. Where penguins live. All penguins live in the southern hemisphere. Many live in places with very cold weather. Four species of penguins live on the ice around Atlantica, the coldest place on Earth. Another three species live on islands near Antarctica. But not all penguins live in cold, harsh places. The little blue penguin lives along the coasts of Australia and New Zealand, where forests, not ice-filled, border the ocean, and the Galapagos penguin lives off the west coast of South America near Ecuador, which lies on the equator. Imagine you are in a spaceship high above the Antarctica. From the height, you can see the southern areas of Africa, Australia, and Southern America. The large where penguins live map from the same view shows where most species of penguins live. The small maps show where Galapagos penguins live. Penguin bodies. Unlike most birds, penguins spend most of their lives in the ocean. Their streamlined bodies and webbed feet help them move through the water with ease. Some penguins can swim as fast as 40 kilometers per hour for short distances. Instead of wings with long feathers, penguins have powerful flippers similar to those of sloths, dolphins, and sea turtles. Penguins use their flippers like boat oars to push water and move forward. They steer with their feet and tails. Penguins have two layers of feathers, a stiff outer layer and a softer layer underneath. Their small, stiff outer feathers are packed closely together. Penguins rub their beaks on oil glands at the base of their tails and spread the oil on their outer feathers. Their oily coats keep out water and keep in hot heat. Underneath penguins' outer feather is a layer of down, warm, fluffy feathers that hold warm air close to the body. A thick layer of the fat adds another layer of insulation. If a penguin gets too hot, it fluffs up and its feathers to let body heat escape. It may eat snow to cool off too. Eating snow also helps the penguin get enough water in its body. Penguins are awkward on land because their legs attach far back on their bodies. It is difficult for them to walk smoothly, but penguins often must travel on land for long distances. When they get tired of walking, they slide on their stomachs. This way of moving is called tobogganing. Penguin parents and chicks. Spring comes in late September south of the equator. This is when most penguins move onto land to start families. They build nests in huge nesting areas called rookeries. Depending on the species of penguin, the rookery may be on snowy, icy, a rocky cliff, or a hillside. A group of penguins that nests together is called a colony. A colony may contain hundreds of even thousands of one species of penguin. They make noises, grunts, croaks, hisses, and trumpeting sounds, as well as movements such as stretching, bowing, and pointing their beaks toward the sky. A penguin colony is very loud with lots of activities. All these noisy and movements help penguins pick mates. Each pair builds a nest together using grass, moss, feathers, or pebbles. Emperor and king penguins use their feet as the nest, cradling the egg on top of their feet. Eggs must stay warm or they won't hatch. The small Antarctic penguins sit on their eggs for about 5 weeks. The eggs of emperor and king penguins take about 8 weeks to hatch. During that time, the parent's body keeps the egg warm. King parents take turn egg sitting, but an emperor father cares for the egg while the mother leaves to get food. He may go without food for 4 months before his mate returns to care for the hatched chick. During this time, he and other male emperor penguins face some of the harshest weather on Earth. Penguin chicks are covered with down when they hatch. They cannot swim until they grow waterproof feathers, so they must stay on land. Since there is no penguin food on land, one parent cares for the chick while the other parent goes to the ocean to eat. The parent brings back food for the chick. As the chick grows, it leaves its nest and lives in a group with other chicks. They crowd together to stay warm, and their parents bring them food. Chicks recognize their parents' voice, even with thousands of penguins in the colony and all the noise they produce. Each chick knows the sound of its own parent's call, and they will find each other. When chicks grow their adult feathers, they are ready to go. They're ready to go to sea and hunt their own food. They eat well and grow quickly. Penguins between the ages of 2 and 8 have chicks of their own. Hunters and hunted. Penguins are meat eaters, and their diet includes fish, squid, crab, and other ocean animals. Among their favorite foods are tiny animals called krill, which are related to shrimp. The largest penguins, emperors, and kings mostly eat fish and squid, which are more filling than krill. Most penguins find their food near the ocean surface, but larger penguins may dive deep in the ocean to find food. Like other birds, penguins have no teeth. Some seabirds, including penguins, have a fringe of spines inside their mouth. The spines help penguins hold onto slippery food that might be trying to escape.